Part one of today's Local 6 Legal Line, visiting with Teris Swanson of the Bryan Law Center in Paducah and Louisville and Mayfield now, and talking about fireworks because it is that season. And Teris, first of all, for those out there who may want to know, how do we know what fireworks are legal and which ones are not?
That's a great question, and that's really going to depend on where you are. Different cities have different ordinances, different states have different laws, and then of course there is the ATF, which has their laws about, we always get questions about making your own fireworks. Terrible idea, do not do it. You could be charged with a federal crime for having an improvised explosive device, so just don't do it. But it's really going to depend on what your local and state ordinances are. For example, in Kentucky, certain fireworks are only allowed to have a certain amount of explosive material in them. In the statute, it lists them out. I don't remember, piece by piece what they are. But if you look at those, you can tell if what you're being sold is legal or not.
I have a question that someone sent in, and they said, I was injured by a small firework on Memorial Day. I'm not sure what happened, but the person who bought it and the person who lit it, they are not the owner of the home where they were. Now, is there any way for me to recover medical bills since the owner is not the person who lit the firework? I don't want to sue my friend, but the medical bills are mounting.
Yeah, so people use fireworks all times of the year, as we see, Memorial Day being one of those. And they're as dangerous on Memorial Day as they are on 4th of July, unfortunately. But yes, you can probably get some recovery. I can't tell you exactly how much or for sure if you will. It's going to depend on a couple of different things, exactly what happened with the firework. It's possible you have a claim against the homeowner. I'd need to see their insurance policy to see if they have coverage on that, but typically homeowners still have the liability to keep their home and the environment safe for people there, whether he was the one or she was the one who lit the firework or not. You might have a claim against the person who lit the firework. If the firework was defective, you may have a claim against the manufacturer. So there's several different options there. You probably need to talk to an attorney about that and get those policies together so that they can be reviewed.
I have a question from someone else who sent it in, and they said, last year my neighbors fired off fireworks in their backyard. Now, one of those exploded sideways, damaged my car, and at first they offered to pay for it, but then they said they didn't have the money. Is there anything that I can do? I'd like them to stop doing that so close to my house, especially with more fireworks days coming up.
Yeah, and that question brings up a good point that if you're going to shoot off fireworks, there are radiuses that you have to have in place. And again, each city and each state may have their own laws on that, so look into it. But you don't need to be shooting off fireworks within a certain radius of people, occupied buildings, occupied vehicles, or unoccupied for that matter, because this is exactly why. So yeah, you may have a claim against them for your property damage. Again, their homeowner's insurance might cover that. Again, you need to look at the policy and see if that's something that will be covered under that. And if somebody's shooting off fireworks in a dangerous manner, you can call the police. I know the police probably get hundreds of calls every 4th of July about noise complaints and safety issues. So you can do that if they decide to do that again this year.
The Honorable Teris Swanson with the Bryan Law Center, Paducah, Mayfield, and Louisville, our guest on this edition of Local 6 Legal Line, talking about fireworks. Just be careful. Please be careful with fireworks.